Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be reacting to In Mist She Was Standing by Opeth for the very first time. Let's get into it. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. Today we are listening to a doozy. This song is over 14 minutes. It is, I guess, a single. It's from the Opeth album Orchid, which came out in 1995. I believe this is the only track on the album, from what I understand. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Denzelherrman here on YouTube. This was a comment request that I just happened to latch onto. So, denzelherrman, if you are watching, thank you very much for letting me know about this song or this album or both or whatever. But the song is In Mist She Was Standing. 1995, Opeth. It's one of the older Opeth things that I will have heard so far, and I'm excited to get into it. So before we get going, be sure to pause the video, go get yourself some coffee, and let's make this happen. I can't wait. I haven't listened to Opeth in a while. Been sucked into all this Japanese stuff. So, all right, let's go. So we're getting right into it, as opposed to the extremely slow build kind of thing that Opeth will do sometimes. Okay, a little bit of a change up there. I really like, okay, I'll pause and back up. I really like that kind of like triplet feel sort of ride cymbal thing, like the bell of a ride cymbal. So the song is very much four on the floor, you know, da 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 da, whatever the pattern is. And then you've got this thing going on with the bell of the hi-hat, or excuse me, the bell of the ride cymbal. And it's just fun. Like, as a drummer, it's just fun. Mixing, meter, doing some syncopation, doing some 2 against 3 is super fun. I've been sort of bouncing around the idea of maybe doing a video on like how to count some 2 against 3s and 3 against 4s, that kind of thing. And you know, it might be a fun little change of pace, just something interesting. But real quick, so 2 against 3, it's the little thing I was taught was 1 cup of tea, 2 against 3. So I'm going to show you only my left hand here. 1 cup of tea, 2 against 3. So 1 and 2, when you say those words, it's both hands. Okay, so 1 cup of tea, 2 against 3. 1 cup of tea, 2 against 3. I'm doing the 3s on my right and the 2s on my left, but I don't know. There's other ways you can count it. I forget the other ones because that's what I use in my head. But just a little fun thing, like if you were doing that, if you were playing this drum part, that's how you do it. All right, let's go. Oh, okay. That's kind of fun. Kind of moving in and out of that 3 pattern. Very much a, you know, heavy downbeat kind of thing going on here, and then you mix into that 3 and then out of it. It's kind of fun. Getting a lot darker now. Starting to hear the vocals. Seven milestones. I have the lyrics pulled up over here. 7 milestones. It's like such a 90s thing, you know, like ooh, like those kind of uh guttural uterations. That's very 90s, at least that's how it is in my head. Like a Megadeth thing, you know, even some 90s like just regular rock, not even prog or metal or any of that stuff, like pop rock sometimes would have that sort of stuff. Know what that is? We all just decided we liked ugh, noises in the 90s. I mean, I don't mind it. It's all good. Of course, I'm having to read the lyrics to keep up here. We've got under a watching autumn eye, contorted trees are spreading forth the message of the wind, which is very beautiful imagery. And we'll see where this goes from here. I like that 3 thing keeps coming back. I love the ride bell thing coming in and then that 2 against 3 kind of pattern. I mean, it's great. Okay. I've got to catch that again. We've gone from kind of a, I don't want to say, generic, but like a nice groove, a nice kind of metal intro segment to a more manic, kind of intensely dark metal section. And then we pulled back, I mean, classic Opeth, right? Pulled back into that sort of despondent, melancholic, sort of, you know, calm before the storm type of thing. And then we're getting back into this. I don't quite have a feel for what this next section is like, but, you know, some very distinct movement through some different things. And so it'll be interesting in the remaining 10 minutes of this song to see if we're going to evolve these different sections or if we're going to continue to introduce like more and more and more new stuff. You know, is it an A B C D A, you know, or is it going to be like A B C D E F G? So either way, it's going to be awesome. I can definitely feel the kind of 90s ness of this though. That line earlier, he's like blazing the white light, come on, blazing the white light, like come on, saying come on in your song is very 90s. And I was born in '89, so, like, I was alive through all the '90s, just not like I was very aware of things in, say, 1991 or anything.
I am near, yet so far away.
Feels like it's getting faster. I mean, it didn't, but it might have gotten a little faster. Vocals are great. Now this is cool. It's really cool how we went, we had that dead silence for a moment there. We went from a 4/4 song, but it was counted, it was felt as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then now we're entering into this it's still 4/4, but it's straight triplets, or so it might be like a 6 pattern. I'm not gonna tell you I'm correct on how they would write the sheet music, okay, but it's probably an 8, like a 6/8, but it's still felt as 4. It's just divided into triplets, right? And so it's just threes. It's groups of threes. And it was a really well done transition, given that there was actual dead silence for a moment there in it. As it re-emerges into this new pattern, it feels very natural. And I'm going to say something that sounds very obvious, but it's a kind of a flowering out of this new pattern from that period of momentary darkness. I'm looking at a picture of a flower, so it's really easy to pull that metaphor out. But I mean, I love it. I love it. It's really good. This song's really, really good so far. Oh my goodness, that is just incredible bass tone. very like kind of loose hi-hat there. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Okay, okay. Got that 3 thing again. Different symbols, but it's the same 3. Yeah, this song is checking all the right boxes. Like, I totally dig it. Okay, note. I'm gonna play that again. Note that it's not just, oh, he's coming in with his screaming, and you know the guitars are coming in and all this stuff. It's this kind of like slightly out of sync sort of thing. It's very like distorted, but I don't mean like a distortion pedal. It's distorted in that everything does not line up together. It's got this kind of intentional like chaos. It's like a wave of chaos that's coming in. Back it up a little. This is all very regimented. And it's kind of coming apart. Oh my gosh, y'all, this sounds exactly like Contra music right here. The guitars, I am playing Contra for the NES right now. That is wild. It's super, super. I don't know what year that game came out. It's super, super intensely there. I mean, that game must be like a 94, 95 game. So just listen. If you know the soundtrack to Contra like I do, just your guitar part here. Just listen. I mean, it's what it sounds like. Now it feels like it's speeding up again. The offbeat kind of hi-hat thing is helping to do that. The use of echo in this song. It catches me off guard every single time. By the way, that contra bit, I mean, that's the biggest compliment I can pay because that soundtrack just rocks out so hard from start to finish. Kind of yawning guitar in there. I feel like I'm listening to, what is it, Ashbury? I love the bass here. The bass is really doing what it should. Driving with that hi-hat now. It's all 4/4. Bass again. I really am enjoying this bass. It kind of feels like decay, this section of the song. Oh, I think I paused right when the drumsticks click together. It kind of feels like the song is kind of just decaying. Like I feel like we may be getting a fade out here. And there's not a whole lot of new ideas being introduced. There's not a lot of, motion here, but it does kind of feel like it's just fading. It's decaying. It's kind of winding down in a sense. And yeah, I mean it's still very powerful, but it's we're just going to ride out this idea kind of until it naturally disintegrates, if you will. Okay, let's see if I was right about that stick click. Okay, just toms, just toms. The miking on those toms is great. It sounds very boomy. It's like concert hall toms right now. Okay, that's not a fade out ending after all. Yeah, man, I was dead sure it was going to be a fade out ending there. It's kind of like rock concert stuff was happening in that song a little bit. That whole "come on" line, the thing, the the way that it ended. That's like we're doing a show, we're doing stuff like to please the crowd, like one big hit at the end, like a what they might call a stinger, and some of that. I'm it's not a complaint. It's just very interesting because it's not the kind of thing that I recall having heard in Opeth stuff before. Now, I get that this is from 1995. Um, it's very interesting. I didn't get a whole lot out of the lyrics as far as like a coherent story. I mean, it does seem to be like a candle burning out, that kind of an idea. I don't know. Really, really cool song. I could see myself listening to this in the car. Like I could see myself coming back to this song over and over. It's got a lot of good, solid, guitar listening and drum listening here. I don't mind the screaming. Like I think it was really, really nicely done in this piece. And overall, like, yeah, this is great. It's really, really good. I feel the 90s, but like I like the 90s. I don't have a lot of negative things to say about the 90s. I might have had negative things to say during the 90s, but looking back, I mean, great movies were made at that time, and there were really, really stupid ones too. But some really, really great stuff that came out in the 90s, video game wise, movie wise, TV show wise, stuff like that. And, in some sense, I like to go back to that era, and this fits in that era in my brain. Hope you all enjoyed this reaction. Thanks so much for being here. If you would like to support the channel and you just feel inspired to do that for whatever reason, got some new stuff over on Buy Me a Coffee. In addition to just one-off donations, you can also sign up for a membership. We got all kinds of cool stuff. You'll be able to see what reactions are coming up. You'll have access to the Google Sheet where I do that. You'll have all sorts of things. Check it out if you feel inspired to do so. But for now, I think that's going to do it for this one. See you all soon in the next one. Watch for another video to appear on screen and check that one out if you enjoyed this. Till next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.